in 20 and you remember 2017 when Bitcoin first time ever hit $20,000. Most people, that's one of the first times they ever heard about Bitcoin was in 2017, right? That was a squared version of the 2013 cycle. In 2013, first time Bitcoin ever hit $1,000. Every project that existed was a scam. Damn near. There was only like one or two things that came out of that was a decent sort of thing. So we ended up getting a lot of these guys who made a bunch of these scam vaporware projects. They just put a website up and send your Ethereum here. These guys made money in 2013. They learned about stuff. They're like, wow, I know how to scam now a little bit. In 2017, they were like, I'm going to scam now, or like, I'm now going to like, I've made so much money, I'm going to make even a better scam. And then that's why we ended up getting 2017. It was just like this. 2016, and then vertical, and then big crash. That's why the 2017 cycle was 2018, 2019. We had literally like 99% destruction of projects because they were all vaporware. Trash. But 2019, 2020, we actually, for the first time, actually had real working products. We had Uniswap, we had Hex, we had Matcha. We finally had stuff working on chain on Ethereum that wasn't bullshit. So this time around, we're actually getting functional on-chain things for this cycle. We just got something that launched. It's called GMX. It's a really cool project. It basically allows you to trade like you're on a big exchange to take leverage and longs and shorts and stuff. I don't recommend that to people. Don't do that. If you want to get wrecked,
that's the closest to gambling in crypto. That's the crack cocaine. That's not good stuff.
I mean, just holding coins is enough. Like you're like in the stock market, you're taking a 10% down at most or 5%. It's pretty steady Eddie. In crypto, if you just hold the coin, I mean, it's going like up and down like this, like crazy. Yeah. Imagine adding leverage to that. You're gonna get fucked. But this is sort of where we're at right now in the space. But the beautiful thing is this next cycle we are getting an amplification. Now this is the part I can't prove. So I can tell you that first part I told you, that's 100% real.
Yeah,
that's facts. I've proven that already. But here's the second part. So 2013 was a very interesting sort of thing. It was like all-time high, all-time. It was a double top. It was a bit of a double top. And then we ended up having something like a weird sort of thing where like 2016, and then we had a 17, right? So we had something like the 2013 cycle was it was like a power user or like a person that's deep in the industry, sort of a thing, right? And then 2017 was retail, which means like we had everyone knew what Bitcoin was or was trying to buy it, right?
Right.
The cycle we had in 2020, right? 2021. I felt like that was more like a power user cycle. You had to be like, because the altcoin part of it was running for a long time, like basically 2020, 2021, and then to halfway into 22 before it just collapsed. So a lot of people were playing around with a lot of things. My feeling is that basically we were beta testing stuff, and we're about to get the first time that retail, regular people, Main Street's going to play with crypto for the first time. And of course, it's gonna hit this crazy point and crash. So my gut feeling right now is I think I know this is kind of it's really hard to kind of figure this out, but I sort of feel like maybe we're in 2016 right now. And we're going to have this huge thing in 2024.
Yeah, I think you need to update one cycle because you're still talking in the lingo of our first cycle, which was 2017. Whereas, like, it's a little, or are you?
No.
Are you talking about the volatility or the timing?
No. I'm talking about what happened. So 2017 was retail. 2013,
oh right, I got you.
2013,
people's buy-in as a whole.
Buy-in as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about timing for
like adoption.
Yeah. So the 21 cycle, which you were very much a part of, and a bunch of other people were a part of. You guys we were still fucking. This still was like for most of it. It was pretty high level shit. Like it was very hard to do. You had to have someone help you out to like move things around, right? The next one's going to be a lot more easier. And that's the one we're going into right now. Because basically it's like we
easier but more volatile.
Yeah.
And with volatility comes fear and greed. And so when people basically have... there's going to be a lot of people that don't play it well. So like that's why buying and holding it, like he's saying, is so important. Is because you can really whipsaw yourself out of positions and then you chase. And then you lose a lot. So that's, I think, the most common mistake by a lot of people.
So normally if we have a 4-year cycle, we are going to get like an all-time high, just like Charlie said, somewhere in 25. That's kind of like the gist of it. Now the only way I would like the way we always prepare students is like we give people we hit the war room in a way, right? We strategize a little bit.
Right.
We give people these are the possibilities here.
Wargaming,
right? So if it ever happens, it's not the first time you heard about it. Right. So what we're seeing right now, what I'm wargaming people about right now is we could end up like hitting some sort of like fire and just massively, for some reason, just Bitcoin just goes like a hockey stick straight up, and we flame out fast. Maybe we hit the all-time high in 24 at the back during the election cycle, which is very, very possible, right?
And in a longer bear market.
In a longer bear market, so we get higher, faster. It burns very bright. But if we get a normal cycle, you know, we top out somewhere in the middle of 2025, and that would probably be to like we start getting some legislation against stable coins and cryptocurrencies, and then that'll
the way I would title this next bull market, in addition to like maybe a retail cycle, is the they fight phase. Right.
Yeah.
And in terms of like they, you know, started to ignore crypto, then in 2017 they're laughing because of all these coins, and then this cycle they're fighting us. Next cycle we win. So like I think understanding not to fear the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that the media spins for crypto is massively important. But the reason why we're going to get close to mass adoption this bull cycle, but the reason why we're not going to get it is because of that. So I think
the last fear part from the government.
Exactly. And so they're going to strike the fear of God into everybody. And people are going to listen to Nouriel Roubini, who's an economist, but he's an idiot. And he basically says that the U.S. central bank digital currency is going to basically wipe out cryptocurrency, wipe out Bitcoin, which makes absolutely no sense because Bitcoin is freedom, right? People want freedom. People don't want control by the government. So, you know, but that people aren't going to realize that until maybe the end of this decade. So
that makes sense. But look, man, I always say they call it the 1% for a reason.
Yeah.
And so all of those people are going to act that way out of fear. They're acting out of fear with fiat now. They act out of fear when they go to their job every day. They act out of fear when they pay too much in taxes and don't really pay attention to the rules of the IRS and tax code. So good. Because those people are generally not watching this show anyway.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing. I like that idea of what you guys are doing with your community and having that war plan and working together. That's what we do in the war room. That's what we do when you call me and you're like, Justin, we need to talk. You know, and I'm like, cool, cowboy, I'm booking a flight. You know, and then, you know, here we are. So I mean, it's always been that way. Men roll together, bro, and that's how it should be.
And the thing is too is like I only pick up the phone when it's important. Like it's serious.
Oh, bro, I'll hang up on somebody if Miguel calls me. Yo, I gotta go. Click. I actually did hang up on somebody the other day when you called me.
Keep going. This feels really good.
There's so many names I want to call you. So, but I don't want to demonetize your show.
Oh, so, no, I got you. I got you, man. I mean, Myron's pretty infamous.
You know the word I'd use.
Oh, I know the word.
Starts with an F and ends with agate. So.